top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to beautiful Boone, North Carolina, Kid Brewer Stadium, home of the App State Mountaineers. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Mountaineers will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. He'll start this drive firing. Finds a tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game.
Oh, he's got some space. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took him to the house, but they got him at the 24.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Wants to throw on first down. Got his man. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Hand off from the shotgun. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Mountaineers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Might as well stick with him. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. To the air, it's Ezukama. Finds his target down the middle. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Yeah, and I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
Running back searching for a hole.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the ground game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Mountaineers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Punt is on its way. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
The Cowboys in a good spot here with 2nd and short. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab, it's Roach. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires on the move. Intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return with that small change. They take over at the 43.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Ezukama. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Mountaineers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. Stealing a score on special teams. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Using the pads, using the stiff arm, using all kind of strength to get it across the 25 to the 26. And the Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun to give to the back. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To throw, it says Ukama. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got his man to the left. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his way. Nice work.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. We've reached a break. Oklahoma State is on top, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Looking to fire. Throwing right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. He wants to throw it again. Got it in the middle. It's Stewart. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. They'll run for it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, on 4th and 2, I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Back to pass. It's Ezukama. Got his man out of the backfield. They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Miami is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Canes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of win is a serious statement.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive. He'll take a deep shot here. Makes the grab on the left side.
What a throw on 1st down on the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18.
Oklahoma State 21, App State 3.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover 1 man coverage. Just him and the wide out, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
Gets it past the marker. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to...
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. To the ground with the back. He breaks a tackle. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football, great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
And the Cowboys will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Wide out, trying to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Trying to run it in. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Dropping back, it's Ezukama. Going for it all. Touchdown, App State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Caught behind the line. It's John. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cowboys decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Well, no surprise to see the special teams, but you thought it might be the punter. Instead, here comes the field goal kicker. That is no good. And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point lead.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Back to throw, it's Ezukama. Gets it out quickly. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. And the Mountaineers want to crank the tempo. The run from the shotgun. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. He wants to change this route. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Under fire. Looking for room at the 30. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Looking to throw for it. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Appalachian State. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Walters. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got it in the middle, it's Johns. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. DBs will try to keep everything in front. To the air on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Turns it on in midfield. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. And that is no good. After the miss, the lead still at 11.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with this big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. A pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Now 7 defensive backs on the field getting ready for a passing down. Leaves it with the running back. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Cowboys will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Dropping back, it's Ezukama. Finds his tight end.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Mountaineers can really attack on this second and short. The give to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking downfield on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Touchdown, Mountaineers! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing them go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Louisiana Tech was able to cap off a close one in Ruston with a narrow victory, and that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
The analytics nerds say the goal is at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He's going for the big play. Pulls it in down the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Cowboys! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Fires to the big fella. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
To the air. It's Ezukama. Lofts one high and deep. And it's lobbed into the air, and that one's going to be picked off.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
Leaves it with the back. Finds some fresh air. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Off play action on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Appalachian State faithful, raising the roof and trying to help the Mountaineers on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Punt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope.
great return. The home crowd needed something to rally around. You're down. You needed to spark. You needed to make a big play. And the punt returner says, I got this. Great job following his blocks, making the big play, turning this crowd upside down.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Walter. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Quickly complete. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on 3rd down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
Hauls it in. Still on his feet at the 45. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field.
Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to fall back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the Mountaineers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Ezukama. Fires to the big fella. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory.
31.
Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to throw on first down. It's on target and complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They'll leave it with him. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The Mountaineers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on 3rd. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive. And I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That brings them to within 1.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
On the option. Now the toss. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Johns. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
That's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, and he's been dependable. He's been a guy that they've given the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
The Cowboys getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Off play action. Quickly out to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
This crowd in Boone, North Carolina, they are showing out on this big 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, He's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Grabbed over the middle. It's Stewart. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Here we go.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Back to throw, it's Ezukama. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
And the Mountaineers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Looking left. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll return it. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard.
Mountaineers will take over 1st and 10.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. To the air, it's Ezukama. Pocket breaking down. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He finds a soft spot in the middle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Stewart.
Well, they don't pick up the first down there, but in this 2-minute situation, they need their quarterback to be decisive, to be accurate, and make really good decisions. And we'll see what he's able to do as they inch closer and closer towards the goal line.
Breaks into the open. The tag. Touchdown, App State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, they get the touchdown here, and I think if you're the head coach, you got to go for two. You got to have a two-point play dialed up right now. What can you run you feel like you can execute to tie this thing with not a lot of time left on the clock?
They'll try to get the two, knot this thing up, and maybe push us into overtime. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll go to the ground. This time they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Off the RPO, complete. Nothing but green grass down the middle. He's at the 10, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking downfield is Jezukama. Gets it out fast. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. He's got it. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding clock, and what the offense is trying to do to you.
He's taking a deep shot and is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got a...
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.